What it is, what it ain't, or what it shall be. What's going on, good people? Are you having a great and fantastic or fantabulous summer? Hopefully, you guys are. And hopefully, you're staying cool out there because it's hot. All right. And to all those people out there who've experienced crazy weather, flooding, um, condolences, especially I think it's mostly in the Midwest. But there's something crazy going on everywhere, guys. The world is crazy. I don't even know where to begin with all of that, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But just know that heartfelt, positive energy to those people out there who are suffering, not only with the weather, crazy basement flooding damages, but all those people and everybody who are going through some tough things right now. Because I don't care who you are, if you're watching this, I know that you're going through something. I ain't met one person yet who ain't going through something where it's rough. And some people comment, they're always like, "Well, Wolf, you're always so positive. You're always positive." I try to be for you guys, all right. But the truth is that I'm still yet going through a lot of my own hard stuff. I just don't normally put those personal things out here. But yeah, definitely, I'm going through some things that are really rough. But at the same time, if I don't maintain a positive mind and keep my mental health up, then I will be in no condition for when I do get my successes and victories. So stay positive in everything you guys do. And no matter where you are, from living on the street to living in your car, keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep the faith. Keep the light. Um, Believe that you've made it out of your situation, and I believe that you will too. And if you believe in the Bible or anything like that, it says where any two people meet on the same thing, okay, your heart and your mind, provide your heart and your mind, and then meet, and then another person is the same thing. So I am that person for you. All right. I believe in you. I believe you guys, you can do it. I believe you can get to the next level. So I am your other. If no one else believes in you, I do. So, so mote it be. Make it happen, Captain. All right. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that bell, like, and subscribe, and welcome to the tribe. So, in this particular video, we're going to be talking about some remedies, all right, for law, or so to say, understanding different types of remedies in law. So, shot goes out to the Abogados Gold website. This information primarily is coming from them, so all rights reserved, fair use. And with that being stated, let's get over there, see what possible remedies you guys may or may not even have known about in law, and we shall go from there, shall we? All right. All right, then let's go. Let's take a gander, shall we? All right, meeting. Put that over here. All right.
Remedies in law are the solutions or resolutions that a court can provide to compensate for a wrong or injury suffered by a party. These gains they receive. These remedies aim to restore the injured party to their rightful position or to prevent further harm. Here are some common types of remedies in law. 1. Monetary damages. One of the most common types of remedies is monetary damages, where the court orders the party at fault to pay a sum of money to the injured party. This could be to compensate for losses incurred, such as medical expenses, property damage, or lost wages. 2. Specific performance. In cases where monetary compensation is not enough to remedy the situation, the court may order specific performance. This is a remedy where the party at fault is required to fulfill their obligations as outlined in a contract or agreement. 3. Injunctions. An injunction is a court order that requires a party to do or refrain from doing a specific action. This remedy is often used to prevent further harm or to enforce certain rights. 4. Restitution. Restitution is a remedy where the party at fault is required to give back any benefits or gains they received as a result of their wrongful actions. It aims to prevent unjust enrichment. 5. Rescission. Rescission is a remedy that cancels a contract or agreement as if it never existed. This is often used when one party has been misled or coerced into entering into the contract. Understanding the different types of remedies in law is essential for both legal professionals and individuals involved in legal disputes. Each type of remedy serves a specific purpose and can have different implications for the parties involved. It is important to seek legal advice to determine the most appropriate remedy for your specific situation. Exploring the various types of remedies, a comprehensive overview. Understanding the different types of remedies in law. In the legal realm, remedies are the solutions provided by the legal system to address a breach of contract or a civil wrong. These remedies aim to restore the harmed party to the position they would have been in had the breach or wrong not occurred. Here is an overview of the various types of remedies available. Legal remedies. Legal remedies are monetary compensations awarded to the injured party. These can include compensatory damages to cover the actual losses suffered, punitive damages to punish the wrongdoer, and nominal damages to recognize a legal injury without significant loss. Equitable remedies. Equitable remedies focus on fairness and justice rather than a strict legal remedy. These can include injunctions to prevent certain actions, specific performance to enforce contracts when monetary compensation is insufficient, and rescission to cancel a contract and return the parties to their pre-contractual positions. Restitutionary remedies. Restitutionary remedies aim to prevent unjust enrichment and restore any benefits unfairly gained. This can involve restitution to return any unjust gains, quantum merit to compensate for work done even if no contract existed, and constructive trusts to hold property for the benefit of another. It is crucial to understand the nuances of each type of remedy when pursuing legal action. Depending on the circumstances of the case, one or a combination of these remedies may be sought to achieve justice and provide adequate relief for the injured party. If you find yourself in a situation where you believe you have suffered harm or a breach of your legal rights, seeking legal advice to explore the available remedies is essential. A knowledgeable attorney can guide you through the process, assess your options, and advocate on your behalf to secure the appropriate remedy. Remember, understanding the different types of remedies in law is key to navigating legal disputes effectively and seeking appropriate redress for any harm or wrongdoing you have experienced. Understanding the different types of remedies, a comprehensive classification guide. Understanding the different types of remedies in law. In legal matters, remedies refer to the solutions or actions that a court may order to address a legal wrong. Understanding the various types of remedies available is crucial for individuals involved in legal disputes. Below is a comprehensive classification guide to help you grasp the different types of remedies in law. 1. Legal remedies. Monetary damages. One of the most common types of remedies, monetary damages involve the payment of money by the defendant to compensate the plaintiff for losses incurred. Compensatory damages, aimed at compensating the plaintiff for actual losses suffered due to the defendant's actions. Punitive damages, intended to punish the defendant for egregious behavior and deter others from engaging in similar conduct. Nominal damages, symbolic in nature. Nominal damages are awarded when the plaintiff's rights have been violated but no actual loss is proven. 2. Equitable remedies. Injunctions, court orders requiring a party to do or refrain from doing a specific act. Types of injunctions include preliminary, permanent, and mandatory injunctions.
Now, this is one that some people use when they hear people say they filed an injunction. They're asking the court to say, keep the cops away from me. I knew, or one of my former, consults was a lady who put a injunction against the cops, but she already had like four outstanding warrants, and they couldn't do anything. Remember, guys, that unless you're doing a crime, almost everything else is just a statute. And I think hers were statute based, okay, if I remember correctly. So, cops And no offense to my good cops out there and whatever else, but they're not lawful. They're not like a sheriff or a marshal under who are supposed to be, ought to be operating 100% constitutionally. Unfortunately, a lot of them have corporatized and they don't even realize that they're all anyone operating against the Constitution and not standing up for our rights, common law rights, private rights, constitutional rights, personal rights, are traitors, whether foreign or domestic, to the United States of America. Period. I said it. But remember, we can't be mad at all of the cops because they are not taught this. They do not know. Matter of fact, what they are taught is when they hear people like me, and I know my face has come up in many a talk back room, board member meetings, Department of State, Cornell Law EDU, and various other three-letter agencies, because as good as they are, I've got contacts too, sweetheart. So the problem is that the people on top are not telling them this information. Why not? Because then a lot of these officers and three-letter agencies, and don't get me wrong, some of them know exactly and they're on my side. They've already been contacted. They've already told me, like, yeah, you're doing it right. And they told me, yeah, I'm on their list for being watched. All right. Um, thank you, I guess. But especially the police and certain divisions of certain three-letter agencies, we'll just keep it that way. Um, they're not taught this because they won't be able to. They believe that they won't be able to do their job, but really what it is they don't want to raise armies of people from within who officially and truly know the truth. Because the first thing those people are going to do, if they've got thousands upon thousands of cops and they all know the truth, but they have to do their job, but also they're kind of supposed to keep their oath of office as a American, that can be conflicting. See, they took their oath and they think they're doing the American thing, but they're corporatized. They're not upholding the Constitution. That's why a lot of them don't even understand this information. But here's the thing: they're starting to now, and believe it or not, I actually have a good number of law enforcement. I haven't been contacted recently in a while, but who watch these videos, who have reached out to me, who are doing a lot of these processes, and are very happy that I showed them how to keep their checks untaxed the legal way. Their employer's not, I am. So, yeah, I'm not against anybody whatsoever. I'll help anybody. But you're not going to tread on me. You're not going to take away my rights. Believe that. Otherwise, you can get some of this freedom. You can take that how you want. Let's keep going.
Injunctions. Specific performance requires a party to fulfill its contractual obligations as agreed upon in the contract. Rescission allows parties to cancel a contract and return to their pre-contractual positions. 3. Restitutionary remedies. Unjust enrichment, a remedy aimed at preventing one party from unjustly benefiting at the expense of another. Quantum meruit, Latin for as much as deserved, this remedy allows for the recovery of the reasonable value of services rendered. 4. Declaratory remedies. Declaratory judgment, a court ruling that clarifies the party's rights and obligations without ordering any specific action or awarding damages. Understanding the distinctions between these various types of remedies can significantly impact how legal matters are approached and resolved. It is essential to seek legal advice to determine which type of remedy may be appropriate for your specific situation. Unlocking the top 3 remedies for common legal issues. Understanding the different types of remedies in law. Legal remedies are the solutions or actions a court may order to resolve a legal dispute or compensate for harm caused by a wrongful act. There are various types of remedies available in law, each serving a different purpose. Below are the top 3 common remedies that individuals or businesses can seek when faced with legal issues. Monetary damages. One of the most common remedies in civil lawsuits is the awarding of monetary damages. These damages are meant to compensate the injured party for the losses suffered due to the actions of another party. There are different types of monetary damages, including compensatory damages. These are intended to compensate the plaintiff for actual losses incurred, such as medical expenses, property damage, or lost wages. Punitive damages. These damages are awarded to punish the defendant for particularly egregious conduct and to deter similar behavior in the future. Nominal damages. In cases where no actual loss is proven, nominal damages may be awarded to acknowledge a legal right that has been violated. Equitable remedies. These remedies focus on fairness and justice rather than monetary compensation. Equitable remedies aim to prevent ongoing harm, enforce specific performance of a contract, or compel a party to refrain from certain actions. Some common equitable remedies include injunctions, court orders that require a party to do or refrain from doing a specific act. Specific performance, a remedy where the court orders a party to fulfill their contractual obligations as agreed. Rescission, the cancellation of a contract, treating it as if it never existed, typically due to fraud or mistake.
Now, rescission is a good one for those people who are having certain scenarios, whether it's with their house, for fraud, their vehicle, whatever else. You want to get out of the contract, you can't find any viable, normal way, take them to court over certain things and get the judge to, through an equitable remedy, order a rescission of the contract. So it never existed.
Mistake. Restitution. Restitution is a remedy focused on restoring the injured party to the position they were in before the wrongful act occurred. It involves returning any unjust enrichment gained by the defendant at the expense of the plaintiff. This remedy is not about compensating for losses but rather about preventing the unjust enrichment of the defendant at the plaintiff's expense. Understanding these different types of remedies is crucial when navigating legal issues and seeking resolution in disputes. Each remedy serves a specific purpose and may be applicable depending on the nature of the case. Consulting with legal professionals can help individuals or businesses determine the most suitable remedy to pursue for their specific legal situation. Understanding the different types of remedies.
All right. So kind of gets a little repetitive in there. I don't know who wrote the article, but you guys get the gist. So now you guys should understand that there are multiple types, other than just money, remedies that you guys can use to get things done. But you got to take them to court for it. Some of these are going to be on the state level, some are going to be on the federal level. Probably a majority should be on the federal level, depending on what it is. But even though I don't care for the state level side, Nisi Prius courts, you can still find remedy there. And you'll probably have a better, easier experience than me because when you're this guy and you happen to need them to do court things and, certain enforcement agencies, they tend to not move real fast for you, shall we say, which in its own is also a treasonous act and violates their oath. But one of the reasons why I've done this, teach you guys these things, is because unfortunately there is no sweeping agency that when you have a administrative scenario that will just come in and make it happen for you. You have to do it. And then you have to be able to go over their heads and you have to bug people. And it's horrible. Our system needs to be overhauled. A lot of these enforcement individuals, agencies, um, city workers are rude, disrespectful. Then they wonder why people don't want to pay taxes. They wonder why people will just say do some appropriate but unlawful things in general. I'm not condoning any violence, nonviolence, nonviolence. All I can say is that there's a lot of people out there who've done certain things, and they can get they have my I understand why you did it. We'll just say, okay. But once again, I do not condone any negative things, and especially of hurting people. It's not the way. But I'll just say this: after a while, it gets real frustrating when you've done everything right and a piece of paper is keeping you, or some law enforcement, or some judge, or magistrate, or a hole, or whatever is keeping you, or holding you back, or keeping you from your success, or from your family, or whatever else. And all I'm saying, education speaking from your favorite non-belligerent non-combatant, all information here is educational, entertainment, satire only. That the American people are going to get tired. They're going to get very tired of these CEOs making a lot of money and off of their relatives who aren't getting the best treatment they can, or being denied treatment at some of these places. And you're, oh, here's a fun thing for you. So if you guys are ever denied, insurance or coverage or whatever else, ask them under what merit was this denial, and ask it, was this done by a person, a team, or an AI? Because it's only lawful if it was done by a person, first of all. But more than that, it also has to be somebody who's trained and qualified. Do you know that some of these hospitals were either using AI to deny people automatically, or else they were using college kids to review your private information, not trained in medical things? Do you guys know that? So ask for a review of that. Ask for a full accounting on that particular denial. Then take them to court and sue them. Much like that, some of these city workers, law enforcement, I'm just saying, this country is not afraid to do what it needs to do. And when the American people wake up and realize what has been done to them, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be tarred and feathered. I hope a lot of people are on the right side. Hopefully, we can have a smooth transition into this next age of spirituality. But before we get there, like Bruce Lee, we might have to be peaceful, but then practice what Bruce Lee said, the art of fighting without fighting. And then if that fails, I guess Americans will do what Americans do best. From your favorite non-belligerent non-combatants, I wish you guys a great and fantastic night. Signing off for now.